Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to figure out if these companies are actually doing well or just good at talking about it. Today we're diving into T3 Defense Incorporated and what they've been up to. So T3 Defense Inc. has filed a report on the 12th of February 2026. This report is basically an update on what's happening with the company. Think of it like a quick news bulletin for investors. If you are interested in how we unpack these filings to see what is really going on behind the corporate speak, head over to our Discord channel linked in the description below. The key event that triggered this filing happened on February 12th, 2026. What is this big event? Well, it seems like the company uploaded an investor presentation. Yes, that's right, they put up a presentation for investors. This is often a way for companies to share new information or updates without having to hold a big conference call. They furnished this presentation as an exhibit to this report, which basically means they're officially attaching it for people to see. Now let's look at what kind of shares T3 Defense has. They have common stock, which is pretty standard. This represents ownership in the company. The par value is $0.0001 per S-share. This number is mostly a legal formality and doesn't really reflect the actual market value of the stock. They also have warrants. Think of warrants like options to buy shares in the future. Each of these warrants can be used to buy one share of common stock at a price of $92 per S-share. This can be a way for companies to raise money or to incentivize executives or partners. This filing is by T3 Defense Incorporated. They are incorporated in Delaware. Now, the report also checks a box indicating that T3 Defense is an emerging growth company. This is a designation for companies that have less than a certain amount of revenue and have not been public for very long. It allows them to take advantage of some different rules and regulations, which can sometimes mean less stringent reporting requirements. One of these things is that they have elected not to use the extended transition period for complying with new or revised financial accounting standards. This means they will be adopting new accounting rules as they come out instead of waiting for them. The company is filing this under Regulation FD, which stands for Fair Disclosure. This rule is all about making sure that when a company releases material information, it is done in a way that benefits all investors at the same time. They are not trying to give an unfair advantage to certain people. So to reiterate, the main point of this report is that on the 12th of February 2026, T3 Defense Inc. uploaded an investor presentation to their website. This presentation is being included with this filing. It is important for investors to know that the information in this section, including the investor presentation, is not considered officially filed in the same way that other parts of the report might be. This is a subtle but important distinction in SEC filings. It means the company might have a bit more leeway with the information presented in that specific context. And as required as part of this report, they have listed out their exhibits. The only exhibit listed here is Exhibit 99.1, which is the investor presentation itself. The report is signed by Menachem Shalom, the Chief Executive Officer. He signed this on the 13th of February 2026. So what does this all mean for T3 Defense Incorporated after looking at this filing? Well, it's pretty straightforward. This particular report is really just a notification that they've released an investor presentation. The actual content of that presentation isn't in this document, but the fact that they've gone to the trouble of uploading it and filing it with the SEC suggests they have something important to say to their investors. T3 Defense identifies as an emerging growth company, which often means they're still in a growth phase and could be more volatile. The common stock and warrants tell us about their capital structure. The warrants at a $92 exercise price are notable. If the stock price were to stay well below that for a long time, these warrants might expire worthless. But if the company's strategy is successful and the stock price climbs significantly above that, these warrants could become very valuable for the holders and a source of capital for the company. The main takeaway here is that this is a regulatory announcement to make sure everyone knows about their investor presentation. The real story, however, is likely contained within that presentation itself, which, alas, we don't have the details of in this specific filing. It is a bit like getting an announcement that a new movie is coming out, but not seeing the trailer. We know there is news for investors, but we don't have the specifics from this document alone. The fact that they are being transparent and uploading this information is a good sign in terms of following proper disclosure rules. However, without the actual content of the investor presentation, we can't truly assess the company's current financial health or strategic direction from this filing. Alright, that is our breakdown of T3 Defense Incorporated's latest filing. What is your take on these types of company updates and what do you look for in an investor presentation? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.